What is going on, Real Deal Futures family? Welcome back to, I don't know what I'm going to call this, the live trading show. Live trading on TopstepX. That's what I've been calling it. My name's Zach. If you don't know, if it's your first time, welcome in. I live trade futures here. Typically combines through the TopstepX platform. That's what I am working on. That's what I've been doing, and that's what I'll be doing today. If we get an opportunity, we are really just long America today. Price is running. This is the NASDAQ, headed towards all-time highs. If we scroll out, yep, almost. If we take a look at the S&P 500, I jumped over to the micro today, give me a little bit more flexibility to manage trades, structure my risk however I'd like. We are also running, been in an absolute tear. Do some trade review, break down my stuff from this morning, let you guys know how my morning went in detail. You can ask me any questions you like, trading related questions, please. In the chat, I will do my best to answer or let you know that I don't know something if I don't know something. But yeah, we are all the way up in the S&P to this area that put in a set of all-time highs here before we broke above. With these two over here, all the way back up to that zone that I've had marked on my charts. Not much resistance down here at this zone coming off of these highs here, but we've made it up here. Not a whole lot of resistance yet, right? This is 5-minute candle, 15-minute candle. Trading above prior bar high. We are bullish, man. It's looking very, very, very strong. Very strong. This is the 1-minute chart. That's what I'll be looking at when we get to some trading. I'm not. We got no real strong pullbacks. Maybe we took a short, maybe we took a long somewhere down here. Just looking for the next zone. I like many of you guys struggle to get long once we are so far up above pre-market high and opening range high, prior day high. I did get long, rode it from down here all the way up here. We'll talk about this trade in a moment, but the first thing I wanted to do was talk about this news bracket trade that I took today. Watch this thing play out, fail miserably, as mostly as expected. But if you guys aren't following along, you're not from Discord, we had a lot of guys talking about, and this always interests everybody, a lot of guys talking about how to trade news. There's so much volatility. Everybody wants to capitalize on it. We had a gentleman jump in the Discord that I commend. I appreciate everybody sharing their insights and what works for them, strategy. He was very enthusiastic that he had a strategy for bracketing news. To me, it's not something new. It's something that most of you have probably thought about. What if I just put a sell stop order below and a buy stop order above right before news breaks out, give it a little bit of room, and then just catch the trade in any direction? It's a good idea. It's a great thought. And I would say, I don't have the data to support it, but I would say just watching price action, it feels like more often than not in the futures market, when there is a news break, price just takes off. If it's going to move and create a really big move, it's going to move in one direction and just take off, right? It doesn't always happen. And some days you get a day like this. At 10 a.m., we had red folder news that dropped. What are we looking at here on the 1-minute chart? A big wick down in NASDAQ. This is a 57, 58 point candle, 230 tick candle. So we will watch how this played out for me in real time because I've recorded my screen. Told you guys that I would take a whole lot of risk on in an account. I wanted it to work out. I would love for some of this stuff to work out. I will still continue to test this. There's so much interest around it. Again, I prefaced everybody with don't do this. I don't think it's going to work. I wouldn't recommend that anybody does this, and that I'll be the test dummy. What's up, man? Welcome back, gentlemen in the chat saying what's up. So I'll explain what I did, and this is the after effects. No, we'll watch the video and I'll explain what I did here. This is, I'm going to have it down here. Volume off. This is the video, right? My face is still here. This is playback, so not to be confused. This is NQ right before news. My game plan here was to have a stop market buy order and a stop market sell order above and below the area that price is currently trading, with a limit order that acts as a take profit above and below those stop buy orders. So if you understand how stop buys and limit sells work, if price moves up to this level, this price right here, a market order is put in to buy 4 contracts of the E-mini NASDAQ. And if it continues in that direction, at this area, there's a limit sell already sitting to sell 4 contracts that I just got put in. I'm going to buy and close that out completely. Below it would be a stop market sell and then a buy limit sitting right here. Same thing. I was doing this with quite a large size, as you could see, 4 contracts in a 50K account that happened to be in some profit. Because I figured it'd be a fun video to make a nice, a nice big win on. We're gonna have it fun for these videos, and so you guys stay interested here, right? That's cool. I'll sacrifice a combine. So that's what we had going on here today. I was measuring out to have about 80 ticks of room because I was hoping to survive any kind of volatility that came in here quickly. But I figured below this low and above this high, if price is going to break out, that's probably where it will break out to. And, if it just is going to wick around for the first, 20, 30, 40 ticks in each direction, I'll survive that. We'll watch how this plays out. Only other comment, I tried to put a limit buy here, and for whatever reason, it was canceling on me. It was, I think, doing the maximum amount of contracts or orders for whatever reason. It didn't want me to put another order in here, so it was canceling that out. So I didn't have a limit buy here. I probably would have had one right down here. You'll see it doesn't quite reach the area that I would have had a limit buy anyway, so I would have lost it anyway. But there's another interesting anomaly that you'll see. The price bar seems to lag for a split second. It seems to freeze, not a split second, a couple full seconds. As this video plays, you'll see it. It moves into profit quickly, like $1,000, and then rips right back up to where it came from, just like how this chart is showing here. As you can see, this is the chart right here in the live TopstepX platform, and takes me out, closes the trade for a negative $1,500 loss, maximum loss limit on the 50K. Couldn't close it fast enough. If it tried, it got me another $500 loss. So I'll watch this. I'll narrate it as it's playing out. So again, this is me trying to place a limit buy and just not placing. I think I did that a couple times. These were just measurement tools. Again, trying to just keep things structured right before. This was a minute or so. Yeah, you can see the time up here, 9:58, 9:59. I'll let it play for 60 seconds. We can watch it in real time, and then I'll pause it. I'll show you what happened and why bracketing news is a little bit too good to be true, guys. It's not to say that it can't work, but you do have to recognize that you will have days like today often enough, and you just have to decide if it's worth it or not for you. For most part, I'll stick to this. Again, the preface, I don't think anybody should be trading news. With increased volatility comes increased risk. It's a dangerous thing to do. Most of the time, it just generates losses for traders. So I don't recommend anybody doing this. This wasn't to show or encourage anything like this. It's just experimenting, being the test dummy. We got guys talking about it. Everybody wants to know the answers, so I'll show it live. So here's 5 seconds to go to the 10 o'clock news. This is on the 1-minute chart. Here is the candle. There you go. That prints, and time's running, kind of frozen. Fills, goes into profit, and then wicks right back out. And then there's the account being stopped out. So let's go back again and watch what happened there. Again, you can see that if I don't scroll my watch, my mouse over it, you can see the time running in the top right-hand corner. So it's at 9:59 a.m. Eastern with 57 seconds. 3 seconds to go. The interesting part about this, again, is I was live with somebody else. They watched it happen, and they claimed, or I felt like my chart kind of froze for a second. I don't know if it looked like that for everybody, and that's just the way that price action formed. They were saying, "Oh man, are you still in this?" And then because I was assuming their price action was moving, mine seemed like it froze before it filled filled and then gave me a split second to close out. I wasn't fast enough on the draw. I was thinking, oh man, I'm frozen. I'm toast anyway. And then it just wicked right back up. So, again, no limit order. I don't think it would have been filled based on where it moved down here. Maybe I would have got a win out of this. I don't think so though. Right down around here was where I was looking to close. This was measuring 75 ticks into profit. Would have been $1,500 in profit, which is the max you can make on one of these accounts. So again, play it forward, 2 seconds, 1 second. There's the news. Pausing, not doing anything. Goes into profit, maybe 1 full second, and then we're back out. So, watching this over and over again in replay, it feels like you have time. This in real time, like I didn't have any time. I saw it pause, right? And again, we'll count it. So this is playing it 56, 57, 58, 59, 10 a.m. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. We get a little bit of movement, maybe a second and a half into profit, and then we're out for the full stop out. As you can see up here, there's the P&L, negative 1571.20. The max daily loss limit on the 50K account is 1,000. It ran far past that before it was able to close out. Now that we understand why sometimes it doesn't work, I'll show you the other piece of this. Here's the only thing I wanted to see. If I had, no, I wouldn't have made it. It didn't make it to 75 ticks. If I had a limit order sitting right here, it wouldn't have even filled. Maybe right there's 1,140. It's lagging behind. It was $1,140 showing in profit. If I was quick enough to hit flat and all, maybe I got it before it turned. Probably not, man. I probably would have gotten filled back here. But here's the other piece that we talk about on this, that I was talking about on this, which is slippage and fills. Yeah, I'll go back over here, get rid of that. Here's the chart marked with what actually happened. So here's the 1 minute candle, right? I had a sell stop order sitting here. This was the level that it was at. Right? That's the level that it was at. This is where it filled me. So I got slipped by 13 ticks. 13 ticks or 3.25 points. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of slippage, manageable, but certainly something. What's the math on that? I had 4 contracts, $20 a tick, 13 ticks, $260. So it shorted me $260 because, again, my order was sitting right here. If it filled at market, maybe, 1 tick off, $250, 2 ticks. There was $20 a tick on the 4 contracts. You get slipped. This can happen in your favor. It can happen against you. But it happens with, orders that are sitting and price blows through it so aggressively that it puts a market order in right here as soon as this is triggered, and that fills wherever the hell it fills. Here's the execution. Compared to the Forex market, it's night and day. It's almost non-existent in comparison. The Forex market, I probably would have been filled over here somewhere, in my experience. And then, so again, it filled here, triggered here, filled here, moved this far into profit, which would be, let me make sure I get it, we'll be exact with it. 18.8, 14.50 to about the low of this candle. Let's say about 57 ticks, right? Yeah, $1,140 in profit. That was it wasn't showing it. It was pulling back off the bottom of this bar, but it was $1,140 in profit at the best point for about, I'd say, a second and a half rewatching that video. So I didn't have my my buy limit would have been here. It would not have been filled. It would have been at 75 ticks if I had one in, which I didn't. Again, maybe if I was quicker on the trigger to close this in profit. But again, I watched this thing print here, pause for a whole 2, 3, 4 seconds. I had somebody else watching it live with me on Zoom, trading themselves on their own chart. And they're saying, oh man, are you in this? So, I'm assuming it was moving for them because I'm saying, oh man, I think my screen's frozen. It's not moving, still not moving. And then, and then a quick push out said order filled, split second down here, and then, back up. So, again, the point of doing this, one, is we had somebody talking in my Discord community about it very positively. If I'm going to challenge anybody or, provide an opinion, I better have some experience on the matter myself. And I have quite a bit of it in the Forex market, testing and, doing dumb things on demo accounts. But I haven't really tested bracketing news orders specifically in the futures market. We've got somebody saying, hey, this works, guaranteed, literally no drawdown. I challenged that and said, I don't know about that. Nothing's guaranteed, but we'll find out for ourselves. We'll bracket a couple and we'll see if this is something that's doable. There's also a group of guys that I keep seeing on Instagram doing it, charging a mentorship, type of deal. It seems like every video they post is them bracketing news. Sometimes their limit orders doesn't fill and it comes down and runs like 30 grand into profit. But it shows them, again and again, bracketing news and then, having just exactly what we had there, a stop and a limit. It pushes through, fills the limit, and, they're set with a nice quick profit in a split second. Again, guys, I think it can work. The question is, how often does this happen? Exactly what happened today. Price just wicks very, very quickly, way too quickly for really you to manage the trade or do anything with. It pushes so fast that you get slippage. Maybe your limit order doesn't get filled. Maybe your stop gets slipped a little bit more than this. But how much, risk to reward are you taking on with a trade like this? So that's what happened today. For the sake of science, guys, I will continue to test this. I will bracket news and I will record it. And we'll see what happens when we get a nice clean candle that pushes, right? Because I do want to see that. Let's say I had my limit and my buy stop and my limit sell up here and it pushed all the way through. I want to know what happens. How far am I slipped? Does the limit get filled accurately? Do I secure a quick, $1,500, $1,600 in profit in the blink of an eye? And maybe that outweighs some of the times that I would take a loss. Is it always so rapidly quick like this where it wouldn't just kind of jack around here for a second and give me a chance to get out if it starts to move against me? How does it work? I haven't watched enough news specifically on the TopstepX platform. Does it lag the way that, I kind of saw that split second of lag? I don't know. Maybe I have to have another broker up next to me and decide for myself if that candlestick is still moving. But I'll find out for the sake of science, guys. My conclusion so far is what it was before. And if you go back in the Discord, you'll hear me preface this and the way that I talk about things like this. First off, I don't make suggestions or recommendations to do anything. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. None of it is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Trading's risky no matter how you trade. You're probably going to lose all or more of the money that you trade with. Almost everybody that trades loses money. That said, I really don't recommend or suggest or do I myself trade around news. I typically don't. With higher volatility comes increased risk of loss. That's the way that this market works, right? We understand that. If you trade a system, you trade an approach, you trade a strategy that works, most of the time you're probably just better filtering out the red folder high impact news events and just not trading. If you swing trade, if you account for them, you size down, you run a wide stop loss, maybe you trade through them. Maybe you have a strategy around the first minute or two afterwards or something like that works. Maybe you like to just YOLO trades. You take the trade beforehand and you set up, a take profit and you hope that it hits. I don't know. But in generally speaking, I haven't seen many profitable specific news traders. Just in my experience, I haven't found something that works out consistently myself. The only thing that news has really been useful for in my own trading is if I have a reason to want to pass or fail or run something quickly into profit or quickly into loss, place a trade the minute before news and you can bet you're going to run quickly into profit or loss, or maybe run into profit and then right back to where you were. If you had taken a short on this one, I don't think you would have been able to get out over here. Maybe you took a short and you had a limit set down below these just as it broke out. Had you taken it long, you would have been stopped out pretty quickly. So that's the findings, guys. That's the result of the experiment. I'm a man of my word. I talk about things that I experience myself, or I like to, or I let you know I don't have experience in that, but maybe I'll be able to get some. So this was day number 1. Is one sample size enough to decide anything? No. Could this have been an anomaly? Absolutely. And I want the gentleman to know, if he listens to this video or watches it, I'm not knocking you. I'm not trying to, say that you're wrong or challenge you at all. I'm sure that your profits and the stuff that you're talking about is very real, and you have some stuff that's working for you. He showed a profit, I think, after doing this on gold of like $1,200. That's awesome. There's nuances to this. Maybe I have maybe I have my stop order way too far away, and I think that I probably would. Looking back on it, I would have gone a lot tighter with the sell stop, getting filled way quicker, and and just not survive any little bit of movement. Just get filled right away, whether it pushes up or down, and that be that. Would have got me in at a whole lot better price. Maybe over here I would have got slipped, and maybe I wouldn't have been taken out so quickly. Maybe I would have had more time to react. Again, usually what I find in the world itself, and it holds true in trading, if something seems and feels too good to be true, it probably is. Bracketing news, it's to me, I think it feels and seems a little too good to be true. It just feels a little bit too easy, right? I think there's something to be said behind doing it, maybe with specific events, maybe with very structured, how far away you place your stops and your limits, and you account for the times that stuff like this happens, and you take the L in a controlled way, maybe, and you turn a profit doing it. I'll find out firsthand, guys. I'll do it myself. Like I said yesterday, I'm someone that seems to have to put my hand on the stove myself. I really do, and especially if I'm going to talk about something, and this is just increasingly talked about: trading news, bracketing news, buys and sells, everything about it. I want to be able to say, hey guys, just so you know, I did that for a week, 5 trades or 10 trades, and every single one resulted in a loss, or some of them worked out great, man. It was real clean. I've done it once. on TopstepX, and it worked out really clean. Same kind of thing: bracket, buy stop, and sell limit. It worked. Pushed right through. It didn't happen to be a huge follow through candle. It was just in the right place, and it filled, and it was really exact. I'll add that as well. I didn't get slipped like this at all. It was perfect. So that's the results of that, guys. I don't want to spend an enormous amount of time doing that. That's 25 minutes worth. So again, if you missed it, real quick for the folks in the back, if you jumped on late, here is the blowing of just hitting the daily loss limit rather of a combine. Bracketing news, here's it not working out. Here is, let's go like 30 seconds. Limit sell before news. Yep. I'll play it one more time for you guys. This is like 30 seconds before. Stop market, sell, buy, limit sell. This would have been a limit buy. Didn't let me place it. I figured I would just close out once it started to get past here. And that's probably what I was waiting for if I really look back on it, but just not fast enough for me to do anything. So we'll let it play one more time for you guys. It's fun to watch this stuff live. And at least I think it is. Maybe it's useless to you guys. This would be about coming up on 5 seconds right here to the 10 a.m. And then here it comes again. Paused, not doing anything. The video's still playing. There we go. It fills into quick profit and then back down right to stop the entire account out for daily loss limit. So that's enough of that. I'll keep doing it. I'll do it a couple more times. I don't know if I'll put on max risk like I did on that one, but we'll do it a couple more times so we have a real answer on it. But let's get back to ES and check this chart out. Zoom out so my VWAP line corrects itself. And yeah, man, here we go. Just banging against this zone. Gnarly buy trend. I could talk about what happened today. Do the quick recap. I don't see myself taking a trade. I don't. I don't see a buy or a sell up here. Buying on a pullback would be the move. Just targeting a continuation up, but I'm probably not going to take one. Short on YouTube and on Instagram, showing this live, what I'm about to describe. Messed around with news over here. You guys saw how that played out. As we pushed up to the, so I have all my levels marked out. I won't go through everything. We were bullish, right? Overnight, we closed. This was end of session here yesterday. Nice bullish structure, really pushing up cleanly all the way to put the pre-market high in before the 9:30 a.m. Eastern open, which is marked by this line. At that point, we sold off, right? We were looking pretty weak. Weak open, downside move. This was a 945 red folder, a little bit of a news wick there. News pushed down, came all the way back up, and then started to follow through. Down below prior day high, not as valuable in this instance as pre-market low is for me. But we bounced there, pulled back up. Obviously, if I'm playing this back, this is nice, clean downtrend structure. I like to use my VWAP levels, especially decently early in the session, to take trades to and from areas of support and resistance. Some indication of who's in control. We're down below anchored VWAP, which is off the low of this move, and the session VWAP, which is this white one. I took an aggressive sell right here. Did not wait for any reaction, and you can get a really nice entry doing that, but you can also have what happened to me, a direct move to my stop loss. Took it with pretty light risk for me. One contract on the mini, $250 worth of risk. Immediately stopped out. 2 1-minute candles, done. That was that. Right away, really got a long bias going. We didn't even pull back to it to use it as support before we continued up. We continued up. I figured this was pretty strong, so I wasn't looking for a sell here again. I figured, hey, you know what? Maybe this is all we needed to do. Just pulled back a little bit, and now we've got some nice uptrend structure that we're going to follow. If we scroll back in time, we can see some of that that we're going to follow for the day. So I knew I wanted to get long. I took a long over here. I jumped over to the minis because I wanted to be able to scale in and out. I knew I wanted to only take on about $250 worth of risk, but I like to scale out of my positions in profit. Maybe leave runners, maybe take some off, at a certain level, and then some off at a farther up level. So that's what I did. I messed around, turned a winning trade into a losing trade just for a couple bucks on the way up on the minis. Really a break even. It was like $20. So one loss, one break even, let's call it. A full loss right up here. We pulled back right to the 15-minute opening range high and then really reacted nicely. I figured, you know what, man? This calls for a long. We're breaking above pre-market high. This market feels very strong. We had our chance to move lower. We had our chance to bounce off VWAP. We could have pushed lower anywhere in here. We didn't do that. We came all the way back up. So my reading of price action and market structure was, let's look for a long. Took the stop out here as price came back down and really then watched it just come right back up. This was my last trade of the day to take it long again. I watched it react here and fail really to go much lower a second time. And I figured it was worth the risk to put on another trade. Only $125 worth of risk when I started it. It was half a contract, 5 micros. It chopped around up here a little bit, showed me that it was holding, that it wanted to push higher. I added, doubled up my position size right around entry, was in profit a little bit, kind of as it was pushing up here. Good entry, continued up to this zone. 1-to-1 was right up here. I held, didn't close anything. 2-to-1 was somewhere up here, and if you watch the video, you'll see I start scaling out in profit somewhere up here. I closed like half the position, and then another few on the way up. This was about my final close area, somewhere like that. Ended up being around a 2-to-1. Covered all of the losses initially, and then some. Pretty much break even on the day, $11 and change. But I was happy with that. The only thing that I would have done differently is just not mess around on these micros and collect another $200 that the market would have given me moving in the right direction. I was just scaling in and out, measuring out, valuing the ticks. This is the first trades I've taken on micros in my entire career. Not that it's any different. It's the exact same thing. If you don't know, micros are the same chart as the minis, essentially the same chart as the minis. The tick value is 1/10. So in the mini, one tick, which is 1/4 of a point in the S&P, is worth $12.50. In the micro, it's worth $1.50. I think I got that right. So yeah, solid trading for me. Good morning. None of this was really anything. We had news here, messed around with bracketing. That worked out swell. As you guys saw, we're all going to be millionaires. No problem. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. We came back up to VWAP and took the sell. That failed. This is cool. I'm taking this every day. When we got nice downtrend structure like this, and I've got a target like pre-market low that I believe we can easily get to, I'm taking aggressive trades. Probably not with super high risk like I did here. Maybe a scale in where I wait for a reaction and then I scale in heavier. All good. Stop out there. Stupid messing around over here for a round of break even. One loss. Happy with that. I like the way this was breaking above. Waited for a little bit of a retest and confirmation. Just failed. Had a really tight stop loss here. A little bit lower. I would have been kept in. Market just needed to come down and take everybody out. They got long too quick. Got long again. Didn't get worried. I was in about $500 worth of drawdown at that point, like 490 something, and I was copy trading to multiple accounts. It was about $1,500 worth of loss. For me, I'm not a guy that likes to get wildly aggressive while I'm in drawdown. I will find myself getting even a little bit more conservative, try to conserve risk. My gut was telling me, don't take it. If you lose this second one, you'll be down, 700 or maybe 800, and you'll be near your daily loss limit on 3 accounts. Don't do that. But I shut that little inner whining person for to keep it politically correct up inside me. I know better than that, and we don't let emotions dictate our execution. And my system and strategy said, hey, it's time for another long. You got to give this one more shot. And, we did. Took it. It was a difficult one to take. Scaled in light. 5 micros. Added another 5 as we started to push up. And happy with the trade management, man. Didn't get shaken out at 1-to-1. Didn't close anything at 1-to-1. Pulled back down and then pushed up. Scaled out a half near the 2-to-1. And then the rest of it near the 2-to-1 as well. Only thing I'd say in that maybe I would have wanted to do was leave a runner. Given the 1 mini contract or 10 micro contracts that I had on, I didn't have a whole lot to leave on. So I'm happy with the close to bring me back to profit. That wasn't just the goal. It was to trade, just trade the way that I'm supposed to trade. There was about another, as you could see, 11 3/4 points, 47 ticks on the table for me. Had I stayed in and been trailing a stop, I'd say I probably would have been stopped out over here. Once we put this, a little bit of a lower high in on the 1 minute and then came back down, I probably would have been trailing a stop right over here and been stopped out for a little bit less than my total close. Maybe not, and I get something up here. I don't know that I would have made it all the way over here. I definitely wouldn't have made it past this pullback right here. At very best case scenario, I think I made it to this low. Probably not, though. Probably somewhere over here, stopped out if I'm trailing a stop. Not really my style anyway. I do like to scale out, but I'm not like a leave a runner for the end of the day type of a guy. Especially recently, most of what I've found is I hold my trades too long. I shoot for larger targets. I try to hold my trades when they're showing me that they're going right. And with the type of market conditions that we've had, I would have done a lot better just taking trades at 1-to-1. Would have had a whole lot more profit. Would have had probably some XFAs by now. But, here we are. Make small adaptations and adjustments based on the data. I do that. Mine is, just tighten up a little bit, take profit when you see it. At least take half or part of the position off at that 1-to-1. For today, this thing was running really strong, showing me the direction was right. I was comfortable letting this come all the way back to break even from about a 1-to-1. It was just tapping against it in the pursuit of the 2-to-1, which I got. So a lot of trading to end at break even, but I got to say, a small green day, which haven't had a lot of red days, recently is pretty solid. I'll take that. Would I have liked to not take in a $250 loss and then another 125 and 25 over here and just had this have been a nice, $500 green day across 3 accounts? Absolutely. That would have worked out much nicer. But that's part of trading. The market has expenses that you have to pay in the form of losses. That's it. So nothing else really on the table for me. Again, I'm typically not trading for 17 hours a day. This probably would have been the only thing close, but I don't know that I'm entering right in the middle of consolidation, hoping it goes up higher. But it's been really, really bullish. We're running, this is just one of those days where it looks like it's going to continue all the way through the afternoon. We really are not pulling back. We're not headed back down towards VWAP lines or, pre-market high or any other zone. So it's very bullish. Gun to my head, I'm just buying. Like the saying that is probably not a great saying that I always say. Gun to my head, I'm just buying anywhere and placing a stop below the recent low. Do I want to do that right now? Not really. We've been putting in consecutive, higher highs. This all looks really good. Even this pullback and then a higher high put in, reaction, we still got buyers in control here. We definitely had some volume come in. If we just look at our traditional vertically plotted volume, I don't know what you would call that other than volume. From TradingView, we had some volume come in over here. Sellers tried it. You could see it in the candlesticks as well. And that failed. Just really made it back down towards prior highs, broken in the uptrend. And we're continuing. We could look on the 5-minute, zoom out and zoom in because TopstepX doesn't really have the VWAP line set up really, really nicely when you're too zoomed in. But again, 5-minute chart, very similar. We're looking bullish. Yes, we've got some resistance here. A little bit of indecision candle, a little bit of an indecision right now. Some resistance found at the zone. Again, this is just off of not magical levels. This is just off of these highs. I had the top of it coming right off of this low. It was used as resistance, and the bottom just encompassing these highs. Discretionary level, you call it support and resistance, order block, supply and demand, whatever other ridiculous fancy name that you want to call it. I don't care. Area of interest, based on tops and bottoms of moves. So that's what I got, guys. If you got questions, let me know. Don't have a whole lot of you in here today, at least so far. Maybe you guys are sleeping. Maybe you missed the link. I'm going to actually throw it in my trades channel. If you're not in the free Discord, hop in the free Discord. I have a Discord community growing rapidly, 250 members. I live trade almost every day just like this, showing you wins, showing you losses, keeping it very transparent, talking about where I'm at with my transition from Forex, trading Forex full-time to trading futures full-time, focusing on the funded accounts in the futures market. Really just got started with TopStep about a month and a half. It's been pretty cool so far. Not a massive amount of success getting funded and taking a whole bunch of payouts or anything at all, but slowly working towards that goal. That's the game plan. Pass some of these, secure some XFAs, continue to pass combines, start trading XFAs as the confidence grows, nice and conservatively, and then work your way towards payouts. That's the strategy. That's the game plan that I have with these accounts. Tested with them for quite a while. I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but figured I should probably talk about that more. It's something that somebody asked, and I don't mind to tell you guys, what the real deal is here. Obviously, I'm on here trading combines, so you can see that live. But I got really aggressive with them. First tested with them. Give myself a couple weeks where I'll say I was really just testing different things, execution, getting comfortable with the Tradeovate platform, and then again getting comfortable with the TopstepX platform. Similar deal to trading Forex, but then again, coming on to the U.S. indices again on the low time frames. I've traded NAS 100 and US 30 in the CFD market quite a bit in my past life, but getting reacquainted here with ES, structuring a risk management strategy for the 50K accounts that I think makes sense, trying to find a balance between being way too conservative and taking forever to either pass or fail. A $19 50K account is not the right way for me. I know you got to spend some money to make some money. That's the way I approach these, to trade them aggressively enough where, yes, I will probably fail some on the way to passing, but not so aggressively where I'm just blowing them left and right, running them all the way up into profit like I did very near passing, just to run them back down and lose them in 2 days. So kind of toned back on that the past few weeks, got comfortable on ES, and now it's just a slow, steady grind. I've got a number of them in profit. If you guys are interested, I've got a couple of them that are getting close, and a handful that are fresh, and a handful that are dead. I stocked up on the $19 deal that they had, like I'm sure many of you did. They rebill and reset at $19. So if you do want to trade them wildly aggressively and pass, some of them, I think that's probably an option as well. But it's just totally up to the person. I think there's a balance for everybody. It depends on, your financial situation, how you want to approach trading. But I like the idea of leveraging other people's money. It's what led me to trying the Forex prop firms, even though I'm thankful enough to say that I had quite a considerable amount of live capital to be trading in the Forex market in live accounts. Learned about prop firms like everybody else, really enthusiastic about being able to manage somebody else's money, make money from it, limit your downside risk, all that good stuff. Got burned a bunch of times, came over to futures, and now finding my way in the futures funding space. That's kind of where I'm at. So I'll keep you guys updated. You'll see it live, obviously. We'll go from there. But I try to take a nice, calm, process-orientated approach towards this stuff. I think it's important to have an end goal in mind, but in trading, it really should be to just continually improve, execute, do what you're supposed to do for that day. Follow your plan, follow your risk management, trade the way that you're supposed to trade, and let the results and the money and the passing and all that stuff handle itself. When you get too focused on money, you get too focused on passing something or making a certain amount of money, market almost always humbles you and says, no way, at least in my experience. So that's where I'm at with it. I'll tell you guys that are on here, if anybody's from Discord, I've got the rest of this week, all of next week, I'll be trading full, and then I'll be out of the office. I'm away from my desk for 2 full weeks, last 2 weeks of this month. I'm going to be out traveling. So I'll put everything I'm doing on pause to a degree. Maybe I'll take some overnight swing trades. Maybe I'll share a little bit of analysis here and there, but for the most part, I'm going to be taking my nice break away. I don't do it often. I pretty much just stay focused up, really grinding here. If you see any of the stuff that I've been sharing since I started in February, since I started sharing this stuff in February, you'll see some consistency for sure. Live trading quite a bit, a lot of content, lot of trading, a lot of recaps. But it is good to step away, man. You got to go and be with family, see the world, or just relax, do whatever you want to do. But just kind of set your mind away from the charts, away from trading, or whatever profession you're in. Have a nice reset. So I'll post about that today, actually, in Discord. Away the last 2 weeks, but yeah. Until then, I'll be live with you guys. Be live again tomorrow. No live on Friday. Traveling this weekend as well. I'll be trading in the morning. Trading with my my one-on-one guys in Zoom. This week in Zoom. In the morning, my main morning session that I like to reserve for myself or anybody that wants to work with me one-on-one. Tomorrow we'll get the afternoon as well, and then be back at it Monday. What is up, Marcus? What's up, brother? You get the recap? Were you in here earlier where you saw the me blow the not me, but hit the daily loss limit? Or did you jump in late again like yesterday? Damn it, man. It's all good. I won't show. I showed it twice. So I watched the video again from the beginning, man. I go right into what happened. You can see like some white crap on my, it's just the mic itself. I went into what happened. I broke down everything, showed the live recording. I showed exactly how it played out. So I'm not done, but that's all you got to know, brother. Me and Marcus were talking about, bracketing news and all about it. And he made a couple comments on how I try to keep things straight, and I preface it and say, hey, look, we're talking about this, and I'm talking about it, but every time I said it, I'm like, I don't suggest anybody does this. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's going to work out. But in the name of science, as that like joke goes, we'll do it for science. It's a guy like figuring out something ridiculous. But anyway, I'll do it again. We got news the rest of the week. I got combines that I have not enough time to trade, and outside of just daisy chaining them, copy trading everything, I probably will come close to letting some rebuild that I haven't even started trading. So I've got to take some risk on some of them. Will it work out? Probably not. But for content and for experience, we'll do it on the combine, right? Because that's what people want to see. They want to see it on demo. And if it was going to work, you want to see it work in the way that that would be applicable. So we'll find out. Like I talked about, we had somebody that was really hyped up on it. Disclaimer alert. Yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. Nobody's a none of this is financial advice. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. That's dead serious. But yeah. Again, if I can get the experience on something that I want to be able to speak about, I will. That's the nature of it. And in this instance, it's I think what it is a lot of guys, I know what it is. A lot of guys from Forex have come over to futures, right? We all know what's been going on with prop firms. We don't have to talk about that. U.S. regulation, all that good stuff. You can't trade CFDs, yada, yada, yada. So futures market getting a whole lot more popular. Top Step blowing up. Everybody coming over from trading Forex from the U.S. and everywhere else, moving to futures. Jumping right into the prop firm game in futures. It's different. It's cheaper. The drawdown rules are much tighter. They have trailing drawdown, a lot of different things. But one of the differences in the futures market is the execution and the lack of spreads and the lack of slippage. So maybe it sparks everybody's interest again on news and how to capitalize on the large volatile news movements. So, and again, there's guys on Instagram doing it. Every couple days they post another one with a news bracketed trade where they're immediately securing however many $1,000 in profit. They're showing it. They're showing it live there. Are they showing the losses like I had today? I don't know, but I'll run the sample size. We'll get a nice sample size of data. Yeah, this thing's just running, man. We're pushing against the top of this zone aggressively, as you can see. The next area that I have in mind really is off the top of this, the prior high, the all-time high. We jump out to the 4-hour. Here it is. Boom. We're approaching all-time highs again, guys. NASDAQ has got to be there, right? Yep. Wow, look at that. Look at that 4-hour candle. America. You know that song? Long America. That's like the joke, right? Because these are U.S. indices based on U.S. stocks. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's always hard to buy at the highs. It's even harder to buy at the all-time highs. Sorry for making you guys dizzy. I have to scroll out so the VWAP line loads. Yeah, just a buy anywhere would have been showing a profit. I probably don't have it in me. I always say that, but not that I don't have it in me, right? Like, today not taking this last long that I should have taken would have been not having it in me. I always have it in me. The question is, does my setup or my approach, my way to structure risk, call for this? Not really. We can get long here, throw a stop loss down below anywhere, and just look for this to continue on this nice 45-degree angle that we've created. Headed towards all-time highs. We could target. I don't care about this high. I'd be going for this. See what that looks like on the 30. Yep, I'll be going for the top candle on this bad boy. like that even better. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. Couldn't see it because of I was like, where'd the wick go? Where'd the high of the candle go? That's the nice big boy zone on the 1 hour. 5 minute. Yeah, I'm going to refine that even more. I'm going to bring that up right there. Oh, do you know what? No, I will catch this. I want the bottom of this because I see how this lines up. Yeah, bottom of this lines right up to the top of that, so that's cool. I know the bottom of the zone is this high. The top of the zone is this high. 50% in there really is right near the candle closes on the 1 hour. So that's cool. Not that I need that much detailed information to decide, but okay, VWAP line, we reset. I don't know. It's a long. That's the play, right? You could look at. Let me reset this to make sure that. Yeah, at least my TopstepX tilt froze the other day, so you guys could let me know if this is showing differently something on yours. But we got 53% short in the Nasdaq. Like guys are shorting, the all-time high, and as we're pushing up, and we're almost flat, meaning like there's really not a strong bias for longs. That's how hard people find it to be buying and holding long trades on a day like today. It's common to see this. People getting short, even though we're on a gnarly trend day to the upside. Prices seem expensive. They're looking for reversion back down, and you typically don't do too well doing that. You usually don't catch the top. If you got a level you want to short off of, cool. Take the short right here, right in the middle of this zone. Quick scalp to the downside. Perfect. That makes sense. Would have failed right here. Would have failed right here unless you took that, maybe just coming back down into the 15-minute range. This is a buy, but I don't have anything that says when it goes up a lot, just buy and then place a stop loss. Like that's not it. Where's the break and retest? Where's the level? I don't think we're not pushing up hard and then pulling back down into a level to give me an aggressive entry or showing me some continuation to the upside. It's just clean break and retest structure, but really tight trending structure. As guys call it, the Team America, as guys call it, the slow grind, just the slow grind. So I'm happy I caught a nice piece of it from right about here to right about here. Obviously, plenty more opportunity, and to just leave a runner on for it could have potentially made sense. But yeah. Yep, that's where we're at. Head towards all-time highs, and not a great way to structure risk. You guys got questions? Ask away in the chat. Let me know, guys. Let me know, my brothers. Oh, man. Yeah, a lot of trading this morning for a break-even day. A little bit discouraging. I'm ready for the big green days, man, and just haven't knocked too many out. I should be happy that yesterday we were small green, like $200 across, 3 accounts, plus a nice win overnight. Nice win overnight today for me. I like to take overnight swing trades, or I've been liking to take overnight swing trades in the futures market. I'll preface that with that's something that I have the least amount of data and least amount of results from, but kind of brings me back to the FX swing trading feel of things, being able to capture a larger move, run a wider stop loss, allow the market to breathe. And, as long as your direction's right, you got a nice level, good way to structure risk. It's a cool thing to do. I manage my trades. I actively manage them. If I hold something overnight, I don't manage it at all. I set a stop loss and I take profit, and I let the odds play out in my favor. And, usually wake up to either a take profit hit or a stop loss hit. Sometimes I get a morning like this morning when I wake up and I'm in profit, and then I manage the trade, or I just close it out. or in loss, that's a possibility as well. You manage the trade, you close it out before NYSE open. But I'll continue to do that. Probably start sharing those trades eventually. Just don't like sharing anything that I don't have quite a bit of experience on. Like for bracketing the news events, I'm gonna show it to you guys live. I'm gonna do it myself. And if it worked out great, I would show you that, and I'd say, hey man, we got something to talk about here, everybody. So. And again, it's one trade, so I don't want anybody watching this or the guys in the chat that were talking about it, that were enthusiastic about it, talking about it positively. I don't want you to feel like I'm talking down on you or trying to do something negative or prove, oh, look, I knew something was right. It just didn't work out for me, and it didn't work out for me today. I don't know if it'll work out the next 99 times I do it, and this is the 1 out of 100, and it's a 99% win rate. So I will find out for myself. I'm going to do it tomorrow. We got, let's talk about news real quick. We got red folder news tomorrow. If you guys don't know, I use Forex Factory. Go over it real quick. This site right here, is that showing? Yeah, this site right here, forexfactory.com. It shows you financial news events. It grades them by color for the level of impact that they are. I come up here and I typically filter it to not show the low impact, but just for an example, I can show you. This is all of the financial news events that have the potential to impact the market. Of course, there's a million other drivers in the financial markets for movements, but you can certainly expect at a red folder news event like today at 10 a.m. to see an increase in volatility like we saw to some degree or another. I don't try to predict which way price is going to move. I think that's a loser's game. You do as you see fit. I just use it to structure risk. And if you hop in the free Discord, I post this every day. I have been posting it every day, going on vacation a little bit, so maybe I won't. But I've been posting this every day, talking about news, telling you what I'm looking at, what red folder events I find important to be paying attention to. What I was going to say is we have unemployment claims tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. I expect some movement there for sure. I will go ahead and bracket news and find out if I can make it work tomorrow. Probably not, but we'll see. And then non-farm employment change is a huge one with unemployment. This is I wanted to make sure this is NFP. Yeah, NFP, absolute massive market mover. One of the biggest. FOMC would be like the other one, but really, really big movement can be expected at 8:30 a.m. Again, to some degree or another. Maybe it's a wick up and down. Maybe it's just a push and run in one direction. Maybe it pushes in one direction for 500 ticks in the NQ and then turns around and comes right back or blows through. I don't know. But you can go back on the chart and, see it for yourself. If you click on these folders over here, like right here, it shows you the last date that news was released. You can go back and it's typically at the same time. So for this example, you would look at 8:30 on April 5th. You will see we had non-farm employment change. We can do it ourselves. Let's go back and do that. April 5th at 8:30 a.m. Maybe we're going to trade it on ES. And we'll go back to, we'll do it in a 5-minute chart. Let's go to April 5th. And if we come in, there is the volatility at 8:30 a.m. Kind of like today, honestly. I don't think this would have worked out too well for a buy stop and a sell stop order. Maybe if you had one right here and you had one right here, you would have been filled and then executed a limit. But this is what we're looking at. This is what we're talking about when we say an increase in volatility. You can see all this, and then what do we got right here? Big increase in volatility at 8:30, and then a continuation, a ton of volume. Some of the most volume traded for that session. Now, out of curiosity, I want to see what the next one looks like. March 8th. That's really not that big. Let's go back and just take a look. If you were holding a trade through it, you had a swing trade on, maybe in the Forex market or something. I do think it makes sense. Take a little bit of time, do your due diligence, do your research, and and go back and look at whatever event may be occurring. Again, look at this one, March 8th at 8:30 a.m. not an easy trade, right? This is on the 5 minute, so I don't know what this looks like on the 1 minute. But this is a big wick up and down, and then a continuation to the upside. So, part of the reason that like these news events can be very hard to trade is because there's volatility often in both directions before you get some follow through on the move. It doesn't always look like this. I'm using NFP as an example. It's one of the most violent movements. If I hit 1 minute, I think it's going to take me away from March 8th, but I want to see it anyway. Yeah. Sometimes it just moves in one direction, and you can do what you want to do, but they're volatile events, man. They're very real, and it makes sense to be cautious around them, in my humble opinion. At least structure risk. Handle it however you want to handle it, but structure your risk. Know what you're getting yourself into. You don't have to try to predict the market, but you should be aware that you should see a candle that's a hell of a lot larger than all of the other candles before that one at that time frame for a red folder USD news event trading a US indice. This is going to take me a minute, but I want to see April 8th just to see what that like long wick to the downside looked like. I'm curious if it's a long wick on the 1 minute chart, or maybe it's a push down and then a pullback up. Just out of curiosity, since we are going to be scientists here. This is lagging out a little bit. I'm back too far. I'm loading too much data. What do we say? April 5th? There we go. No, it's a long wick. It's a long wick 1 minute candle. I don't know how this traded. I don't know if it went like this, came down, and then came all the way back up, and then came back down. You don't know. Maybe you go to the 1 second chart, and you can see a little bit more of a detailed view of actually what happened in here. But it looks like this would have pushed down. Maybe filled and then maybe executed. I don't know. Didn't have a limit order this time around, but yeah, that's news. News events. Don't trade news, kids. That's my advice. My non-financial, for entertainment purposes only, comment about what I do, not advice, just to be clear. So again, guys, I really don't have too much here. Breaking and retesting, it's clean enough, but I'm just not going to buy and hold. Pretty much any point as it's coming down, you would have been okay to take a buy and throw, like a 5-point stop loss on, and maybe just target 5 points and be happy with that. Pick up a little bit of a profit, but it's always hard to buy. If you look again, more people are short right now who trade. This is the trader sentiment for TopStep traders. More TopStep traders are short than anything else, and they're losing money based on the percent that are showing. So interesting to see that tilt. Oh yeah, guys in the chat were saying that ES was at all-time highs. Not quite enough. What's up? What's up, Craig? What's up, Erican? How we doing, guys? What is happening? We're hanging out. Went through some bracketing of news trades. How wonderfully that worked out this morning. Being sarcastic. If you missed that part, go back and watch the beginning of this video after it's posted. You'll probably find it comical. It's always fun to see a daily loss limit be hit in a matter of a second on NQ, but that's what we had this morning. Went over some trades, a couple nice trades from today, a couple actually just stop outs, and then come back for a very, very small green break-even type of a day, and then just analysis on the markets. Where we go from here, do a little bit of that. I try not to speculate on higher time frames too much, but I, of course, take it into consideration. Pay attention to it. Here is the zoomed out 1 hour view, right? We've been on an absolute tear to the upside. We know if we zoom way back, huge uptrend. Put these highs all the way up here, came back, put the all-time highs in up here. Really came back up here, consolidated for a bit, put 3 in a row in, pulled back down, picked up some steam, put this bad boy in, broke down, pull back up into the range here, into this area of high volume, back down, and now we have broken above this high here. And we're looking very bullish, looking very, very strong. Do we continue higher? Do we start to see some indication that a fresh higher high is in store? Certainly feels like that. Maybe we pull back, continue up. We see something along these lines. I think that's very, very reasonable. Above this high is the indication for me that, we were going to move higher. If we were going to pull back and stay below that and then start to sell off, that to me would have looked like, okay, we're kind of staying in trend here. We're putting in lower highs, lower lows. Obviously, if we look to the left, we've got really, really strong uptrend. It's long America. We know what we're looking at here on the U.S. indices, right? They go up over time. It's just how much time is the question. But right now, this looks very strong, very, very strong. I'm going to be interested to see what we do overnight if we trail towards this all-time high, if we have a correction. I'll be looking at the charts. Let's look at the 15 minutes. We just could still have a little bit of a zoomed out view. I'll be looking at the charts after session opens back up around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Going to be hard to short this one. I think a pull back down towards pre-market high, prior day high, somewhere into this level is possible. I mean, we came all the way down here. So, we don't have to, we already checked that out. We broke above these highs, pulled back down, hit the lows, actually cracked just below, and then continued up. So, we definitely don't have to see a correction. We can just stay on this tear, but I'll have to see what happens for the rest of the night. We start to kind of turn, consolidate. Maybe I look for that, but this looks very, very, very strong. And for me, it's hard to buy it, and it's hard to short it. Like, this is wild, right? I don't know what's going on in NASDAQ. I'll look in a second, but that 6 or 7 out of 10 are taking shorts right now. Is why. If any of you guys are in a trade, let me know. Are you long or short if you're in a U.S. indice? I want to know about it. Let me know in the chat. If you're long, congratulations. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're doing well for today. If you're short, where did you get short, and how is your position working out? That's what I'd like to see. But yeah, obviously, next level is this right here, and then sky's the limit. Wide open, nothing to the left. But I think it would be unlikely, honestly, that we break above this level with any force before we pull back, right? Like, we know how price action works. Nice staircase structure. We consolidated here for a bit. We cracked above. This pullback here, is some indication that we don't need to pull all the way back down here again, but maybe right in here. Pre-market high level, this area of consolidation, maybe it's just to these highs, this kind of zone right here. Before continuation higher. Maybe we crack it, we come all the way up, then pull back hard, kind of sell off for a few days or a few weeks, and then continue the move up. But I'm not going to marry a bias, not too worried about it. We'll trade the 1-minute chart and the price action for the session. Let's see what's up. Let's see how the boys on Top Step did today.
Haven't had a really nice pullback.
House account is up. No positions on anybody. I think we had a couple people down earlier. If I scroll back, house account was down a little bit, but they made it back. Nick for a tick was up. Guy who owns Top Step, MP, Michael was down $2,000. Yeah, they got cooked yesterday, man. That was that was tough. I like to tune into that every once in a while, see what those guys are doing. I'd like a pullback to opening range, Erican said. Yeah, I see that. I definitely see that. Again, when we looked at that ES, yep. When we looked at that higher time frame view just now, that's what I could see happening. You know, a pullback down somewhere around this zone, which is again the highs looking left, the first set. If not down around this this opening range pre-market level, I think this is an area of volume for sure. You know, again, some consolidation. This is a little bit lower, but you know, all of these lows that were put in line up with this level right over here. This area right here that was tested multiple times is support and resistance. You know, if we threw some volume profile on the chart, I'm sure we would see a lot of that as well. I think a pullback to this area is very, very likely. Right now, it doesn't look like that. And I've seen plenty of days like we saw yesterday, you know, where we pushed up, a little bit of consolidation kind of down in the morning, you know, pushed up. This is the afternoon right here, session close. Do we pull back really at all, back down at all, and before continuing up? No. Granted, we have a little bit different structure here where we pulled back, so it's not a great comparison. But we just trailed higher to put the high in, really above all this price action here. A little bit of a break and then retest and then pull back up. But this is much more of a push up without any kind of a pullback down. I think, again, a pullback to this high, the most recent high broken in the uptrend on low time frames, is reasonable, especially because that lines up with all of this price action over here. We had a little bit of consolidation at the zone, kind of like a break and retest. Not kind of, a break and retest of that. But I think that zone could be used as well, again. You know, if I extend looking left, it does line up with all this price action as well. Not bad if I'm just looking at price action and market structure. But this will be a tough overnight trade. This will be a tough one. Yep. You know, feels like momentum's dying out a little bit. Not really, though. Honestly, not really. I say that just looking at this, but you know, we've just been on this slow grind up for the day. Again, buys pretty much anywhere except for like right here and like maybe right here. You would have been pretty damn good. This might have been a little bit difficult to survive if you had a stop loss below here. That would have taken you out. Anything outside of that, maybe you threw a stop loss down here and got taken out. Anything outside of that, you're doing pretty good. You know, maybe buys over here. You went really tight stop loss, but buy and hold type of day. Buy and hold type of day, guys. If you got questions, feel free to ask. If you're not in the free Discord, I run a free Discord, completely free. Everything I do, except for implementation, working with me one-on-one, everything I put out for free. Live trading, ask me questions. I'm going to do this for as long as I possibly can. This has grown really, really quickly. I'm super thankful and enthusiastic. The amount of members that we have join every day, the people that reach out to me, it's great. I see a day in the future that I probably won't be able to answer everybody. I probably won't be able to interact and give so much time. I won't be able to, and I won't be able to do it for free, but I will do it for as long as I possibly can and maybe put some things in place, ask for some help, you know, get some other people in here to help. But for now, man, jump in the free Discord, ask questions, engage. You know, let's talk about trading. Let's talk about everything that goes into to profitable trading, man. Market insights every day, sharing analysis, guys sharing charts, me sharing charts, me sharing analysis, what I'm looking at for news, giveaways, interacting, taking trades, you know, talking about which way we're looking for the market to go. And again, live trading, man. Live trading, trade breakdowns, explaining. I don't gatekeep anything. You know, what you see is what you get. I show you guys my strategy. I show you my approach. I show you how I manage risk. I show you when it's working and when it doesn't work for me. And, you know, you can decide for yourself, watching me for a long period of time, whether or not you would like to listen to me. But that's the only way. I talked about that yesterday. That's the only way that I feel that transparency in our field can work. Forget about broker statements or something that you write up in an Excel spreadsheet. Forget about showing a past prop firm or a payout or, a live account that you made 20 grand on. None of that stuff matters. It doesn't show anything to me. It doesn't show consistency. It shows, you turned a profit on that day. Great. Congratulations. For me, it's live trading over a long period of time, showing the ups, the downs, the hot streaks, the losing streaks, and then, over a long period, kind of how you're working out. And again, I've only been doing this since February 5th. That's not a whole lot of data to be showing. So I do recognize that, but I am putting in as much consistency as I possibly can and live trading with you guys here. So that's what the guys that I talk about, the traders that have helped me out, almost all of them in that last video that I talked about, that's what they do. It's a reason I like the guys on TopStep. They trade live. They have days like yesterday where everybody's down, negative $15,000 for one guy, negative $12,000 for another, negative $14,000, all in a day. Showing you and these are the biggest prop firm traders, right? Some of the biggest prop firm traders, the most profitable, with hundreds of thousands of dollars in live accounts, pulling big money consistently out of the market. So it's showing that that real side of it, the ups and downs, helps set realistic expectations. But along with that, just shows you what that guy's style of trading and what that looks like. But a couple of the guys that I talked about, Tom Hogard, Nick Sean, Austin Silver. Again, Austin Silver, I've watched the least of his stuff, but he commented on an Instagram, and that motivated me to make a video. But Tom Hogard, great example, live trading for forever in a Telegram, calling out stuff, showing wild winning streaks, just back to back to back to back, huge size, and then showing really, really bad losing streaks, giving money to the markets. Same thing with Nick Sean, Forex guy. Really cool to see as well. Telegram, calling out trades, showing everything live trading on Zoom. Austin Silver does the same. I watch a lot of the recaps, but very, very similar, very similar deal. Guys on TopStep that you see, rips, that's it. It's just live trading, man. Tune in, check it out for yourself. That's that. You're a solid dude, bro. Keep it rocking. You streaming Power Hour. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'll keep doing what I'm doing, man. We're 2:30 here. I'm probably not, man. I talked a little bit about my live streams. I was doing Power Hour for a while, and it was kind of like Power Hour was dead. The market was just not doing anything, and there had been big moves earlier in the day. I shifted a little bit to earlier in the day, some for the market, some for my schedule, and now we kind of got like not so much earlier in the day. So I just do it when it makes sense for me, when it makes sense for the schedule. Maybe jump on earlier and stay longer. Like today, we're going on an hour and 20 minutes. But for today, I probably am not, man. I just don't see anything outside of a buy. Like, if we want to take buys right now, that's the move. Go for a break, just get out with some profit. That's it for me. You can scalp your way up. But I don't have it in me. I say that. I don't have it in my approach to take a buy this way. We're not at a level. We're not breaking out from a level. We're not breaking and retesting with some serious structure, a certain level. We're above these highs that we've tested. This is as close to that I've gotten to looking at taking a buy that we're going to get above here, start to push, break out and then continue, and just run for the rest of the day. But I just don't really have, I'll look at this zone again on the 1 minute. I don't really have, an entry here, and I think that's why so many guys are short. Let me get rid of that. I think that's why so many guys are short. I think that's why you see so many traders struggle to take longs, even though it is an absolutely bullish market. It gets difficult to structure risk. It gets difficult to jump in on the trend late. So the middle of this zone is kind of these highs. The top of this zone is just the bottom of this price action. It's looking very bullish. It looks like we're going to just continue up, but I don't have an entry here, and I'm just not looking to get into a trade with low risk and sit for the rest of the day. So my play, my game plan here, like I talk about sometimes, is an overnight trade. I will let you guys know. I'll say this if you're on here. I'll let you guys know what I'm looking at in Discord for an overnight trade. I'll call it out. I'll tell you what I'm looking at on ES for a swing trade. How about that? Again, I've been a little bit reserved doing that because I don't have a ton of experience in data overnight swing trading, specifically ES. Until I do, I don't want to waste anybody's time. But I'll start. It's been good. I'll start calling it out. I'll start talking about it. The TopStep mobile app has been pretty cool for doing that. I don't have to. I can mark out my chart, know what I'm looking at, at 4 o'clock, and then come back on, when the market opens, make sure nothing crazy changed. There's no gap up or down or something nuts, and just take a trade right from the app if I want to, or the website. It's not really an app. It's kind of like it's actually really cool. I like it, by the way. TopStep mobile, really, really cool. I think it's awesome. I think it's intuitive. I think it's easy to use, really clean. They did a great job with that. Almost all the features, certain things you got to be careful of, like be careful you're on the right account. If you're running multiple combines or XFAs or whatever you're doing, make sure you're on the right account. Make sure you're on the right symbol. For me, it was really easy to mess that up. I left a position running on one, and I didn't realize. So you gotta be careful of that. But yeah, man, that's my game plan. So no, I'm not gonna hang on for another hour and a half. Again, a buy anywhere down here, testing the zone a couple times, somewhere low in this price action, be showing you. I'm trying to think how I would have structured this risk. Maybe just below the zone, 15. Yeah, probably could have caught a couple 1-to-1s on this on the way up. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna hang on this. Again, I think we're just gonna do this for right now. That's what it looks like to me, right? Pretty simple analysis. We're going up, but I'm not taking it long. Since I jumped on somewhere around here, could have taken along if I was low in the quick little bit of a range that we put in here down around this zone on a pullback. I would have been doing okay. Wouldn't have been too happy if I was up here or even over here. But it looks like a slow grind. Again, I'll be checking back in around 4 o'clock to see if we get a big, correction, a big push up, a big run towards the end of the day, and we'll decide from there. But I wanted to jump on, wanted to give you guys the review of my trading from this morning. The news, bracketing of news, how day one went. Not great. Go back and watch if you want to watch a 50K account blow past a daily loss limit. I've never seen that happen before. It closed out $570 worse than the daily loss limit. So go back and watch that. The account's not blown, by the way. It was in profit, and had good amount of risk on it, left on it. But it almost blew it all in one day, which is like impossible based on their daily loss limit. But it was so aggressive of a move. That's what happened. So go back and watch that, man. If nothing else, it's fun to watch. It can display the dangers of trading news and show you that nothing is guaranteed in this space. Not even bracketing news that looks like it would make sense. But I'll keep you guys updated. I'll do it again on the next news event. We'll test it out, and I'll keep you guys updated on all the rest of my trading. I'll be doing it live. So thank you guys for being here. Join the free Discord. Like the video if you like this video. If you find it valuable, feel free to go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. Still watching ES here, pushing up. Yeah, man, it's just a slow grind up. I got to check NQ real quick before I hop off. Yeah, I was like, who put the yeah, NQ doing the same, man. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. A lot of shorts going on. A lot of short guys getting squeezed right now. That's not good. Wow. Looks like ES is headed for it too. Fun to watch, man. Fun to watch. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off. The FOMO, yeah. Yeah, no, it's all good, man. You got to trade your plan. Like you got to trade your strategy. You could ask yourself, hey, do these days come along enough where I want to trail a stop or let a position run with a really, really wide stop, and take stop outs and losses on a lot of the days leading up to this, and maybe capture some of it on this day and have it make up for it. That just all comes to trade management and and your plan. But yeah, again, a buy anywhere over here, really, since I've been on the stream, would have been showing profit. Guys are long S&P, as you can see. It just dropped back down. It was like 70%. But it not even by a long shot, right? Like it's not like 90% long, like everybody knows we should be buying right now. It's difficult to structure risk, difficult to want to find a way to get out of this trade, and say, now I think it's likely to go lower. So it's just one of those days, man. Slow grind to the upside. Again, happy I caught some of it. Erased my losses from the earlier trades of the morning. That worked out okay. Certainly could have captured more of it. But again, this time frame and where we're at, I really don't have an entry for it. I just don't. Maybe I'll have to come up with something and say when price is just absolutely blowing past everything and above every level, just go long. Go long, hold it for a 1-to-1, get out, and rinse and repeat. Or go long, trail a stop loss. Try to get to break even, so it's a risk-free trade, and trail a stop loss, and that's it. Scale in maybe in profit, don't know. But for me, nothing, all good. No FOMO. Sure, it would have been nice to ride something, but again, my plan just doesn't call for it. On any other day of the last few weeks, I'm getting stopped out for a loss. That's just that. Live trading tomorrow, man. Live trading tomorrow. That's the game plan. So, guys, I will see you tomorrow. This has been fun. Thanks for jumping on again. Hit the like button if you're still here. Subscribe, maybe. Join the free Discord if you're not in already. If not, it's all free, man, so don't worry about it. So, I will see you guys in Discord. I'll be talking about maybe an overnight swing that I'm taking, if I'm going to take one. And I will see you here live again. Talk to you guys tomorrow.